like that.
We back.
Welcome back to another episode of Everything Under the Sky. I'm your host, Lamar, here with my favorite folks. Your Eyes in the building.
What up?
Young Wax is in the building.
Ooh, what's going on?
I'm your host, Lamb. Episode 53, Everything 53.
Yo.
Everything Under the Sky. Another Friday in the Trap. How you gentlemen doing today, man?
Stick. I'm good, man. I'm chilling.
Why is he all giggly?
I don't know.
He's good. But nah, I'm good too, bro. I'm good. I'm just chilling. This wind has been getting on my nerves, though. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Bruh, I almost got blown off the road talking about some wind.
It's supposed to be nice as hell this weekend, though. That's what's crazy. This is definitely the season. Like, it's cold, it's hot, it's cold. It'll be cracking windshields. It's supposed to snow, like, next week, too.
Oh, wow. I didn't
Yeah,
know
people thought that snow was gone.
Nah, yeah, bro.
We still got some snow.
Nah, yeah. There's definitely, like, I'm going to say there's 3 more days of snow.
Yeah, I'm going to say this is one of them, and then we'll have 2 more snowstorms.
Yeah.
And those 2 days might be in May.
In facts.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
But this weekend is supposed to be super nice. Opening day weekend, I should say.
No,
It's kind of
trying to go downtown.
It's kind of like the start of what I wouldn't say the summer, but like the outside again, at least for sure.
Yeah,
Start warming up. The summer nights or the nighttime start getting a little warmer.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely opening day is always reminding me of, like, yeah, it's about to be summertime. People are out. That's like the first time, like, people are really downtown.
You see people out again in bunches. Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, okay, I can see something transpiring.
And
here.
like we've talked about before on this show, like, everything's starting to loosen up. It's about to go crazy this summer.
This is gonna be a summer for the record books.
Yeah, Denver about to show out.
What you mean by that?
They like Denver's before the pandemic. Denver was starting to get popping downtown. Now they like remodeled themselves. They got new bars, clubs opening up downtown.
What's crazy is there's not too many clubs out in the Denver scene right now. I feel like
yeah, they're all bars.
like clubs. Like for a while, right before the pandemic, we had a nice little like 6, 7 we could go to.
Yeah.
I heard Native closed and just reopened though.
Okay.
Like with a different name or the same name?
I think they just probably rebranded. I think they're the same name. They're still Native, but like I feel like we don't have as much clubs downtown right now.
Everybody trying to be View House.
Yeah, there is that club in Aurora though, Oasis. I think it's what it's called. I went there a couple weekends ago and it was cool. It was like an older crowd. It was solid. And like you said, there's like a lot more like lounge bar type things right now. But like as far as bar scenes or like club scenes in Denver right now, I don't think there's too much going on.
No, you're right.
Regardless, the opening day should be fun because it's more like a daytime thing. It's like a
Not exactly. You out
Yeah,
and
it's
about,
like a day
walking
drunk.
around,
But you best
bar
believe everyone's going to be
hopping.
at those bars, though.
Yeah,
and it's interesting
exactly,
because
that's what it
baseball
is.
was on a lockout, and for a while they thought they might not get their season.
Yeah.
But they ended up signing and restructuring their deal with the player union, and now we getting baseball. So the real theme of opening day is baseball, but nobody really like pays attention to the game. So I think the game is Friday at 2. But
At
by
least
that
here
time,
in Denver, though, 'cause
Yeah.
the Rockies low-key are trash.
yeah, you're right. Probably some other state probably take it serious. Like we got a chance, but we're here just to have fun.
All the other sports are popping right now, but the Rockies, they're kind of...
And like we're just here to have a good time,
Dang,
man.
2:00.
Yeah, on Friday. I feel like usually it's
I keep
around
forgetting
12.
baseball games are so early. Yeah, 12:00. Yeah, you're
Man,
right.
they're like daytime, so 2 is like a solid.
Yeah, I remember one time I was interning and they took us to a baseball game. I'm like,
Is it
what?
during the
There's
day?
a baseball game right now? It's lunchtime.
It's during the day,
Bro,
and they be getting lit.
Bro,
They be getting faded.
Don't they
at
have
the
2
baseball
in one
games.
day sometimes?
I don't know.
2 games in one
They be
day?
having like back to back.
No wonder they get paid the most.
Okay. Maybe it's
They
just
play like the
back-to-back, I'm
same
thinking.
team like 5 times in a row, and it'd be like,
Yeah,
damn,
Maybe
know
that's
that.
what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I do
having
know
a
that.
little series within the season, bro.
Especially more now that like COVID and restrictions. I don't know if you paid attention, but like the NBA kind of like changed their schedule because now they do a lot of like you'll play the same team twice because they are restricting travel as much.
Yeah.
So I feel like baseball and NFL probably doesn't care, But like
they don't play. They don't play that many games. They got a whole week.
True. Yeah. But baseball, there's also like 100. So,
but that's why they got so many games because they do that. Like the teams will stay the night like for 2 days and play the same team for 2 days, and then they'll go to their home and play them for 2 more games, and then they'll go somewhere else.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was saying. So I'm sure they're restricting travel and stuff now, but I'm looking forward to the weekend for sure. How you doing, young Uriah?
Oh, bro, I said I was good. I was the one that brought up the win. But no, I'm cool, bro. I'm just chilling. Just I don't know, man. I'm trying to invest in some real estate.
Now's the time, man.
Bro, invest in whatever you can invest in.
Everything.
Everything, bro.
Smart investments, obviously, but
for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, real estate's where it's at. We talking big money, big dog money.
Yeah, I got an email the other day that was talking about the stock market, like, or not the stock market, the housing market, like, still going up. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Where should we get started this week, though? March Madness is finally over. It's crazy because it ends in April, but we can congratulate the winners of the tournament. I think we talked about this earlier. Did y'all watch the men's game at all? UNC versus Kansas?
Definitely did.
It was a pretty good game. It didn't really disappoint. First half, I was not too interested, but I like bet North Carolina and the under, so I was kind of interested. I was like, okay, this is going good for me. And then I looked like 4 minutes into the second half, and it's like a whole new game.
Yeah, how much were they up by? I want to say 30, but was
15.
it like 15? Okay, 15.
Yeah, but at one point it was like 19 or 20, somewhere around there at one point.
Right, I think it was just 15 at the half.
15 at the half.
Yeah, it was a 15-point game at the half. It was like 40-25, and then Kansas just comes out eating. The thing I do like is it was 2 like established schools and universities, so it was like big time for both of them, regardless. But I feel like it was a good game too.
Well, UNC, the coach that was his first tournament, right?
That was his first year coaching.
Yeah.
And then the other coach, that was like his 52nd tournament game.
Yeah, Bill Self is
He's been there like 10 times.
Yeah, Bill Self is a definitely well respected and super loved coach.
Yeah.
KU's a solid program.
When you could see it, because they definitely.
I had their. My bad.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I had their hoodie.
That Rock Chalk Jayhawk.
No, I was gonna say with the coach though, you could tell because they came out with the right adjustments that game. In the second half, they
Somebody
came out completely different.
That halftime speech must have been.
They came out like a new person.
Well,
like they went Super Saiyan. Like
they stopped. Like, bro, their guards started playing.
Popeye with the spinach.
You said you were disappointed in C Love.
Yeah, I was, man. I feel like he's supposed to be the star, bro. He was throughout the tournament for them.
He's a sophomore too.
Yeah, and he was balling throughout the tournament.
Bro, the game to get him there, he balled out, bro. Second half, I was like,
he takes a lot of shots regardless, though.
But,
like he's always like that high, like a Donovan Mitchell, high volume scorer. I feel like that's his personality. So,
but he hits the shots when they matter, and that's what was missing from this game because he was taking the same shots, they just weren't going in.
Exactly, because he was hitting them same shots. Like that's his game.
The game to get him here against Duke, boy, he came crazy. Second half. I was like, what? Where'd he? Oh,
that was a good game.
I was like, who is this?
UNC versus Duke. And that was Coach K's last game.
That was like one of the greatest college games I've watched. This was a good one, but that one was like, bro, like 19 lead changes.
Just knowing the history of the two, like UNC versus Duke, like, and this is Duke's last hoorah,
bro,
with Coach K.
Coach K's first game, his first game was to Duke. His first loss was to Duke.
Coach K's?
His first loss was to UNC, my bad, and his last loss was to UNC.
What's crazy is they're tied up now. Like
versus
overall,
oh wow.
I think it's like 51-51.
Because UNC beat them twice, if I'm not mistaken. Like they beat them in the regular season and now in the playoffs.
That's
so
crazy.
Like UNC is just a better team. And UNC was like pre-ranked like top 10 team, and then like throughout the season they kind of fell off. And it just kind of proves why they were a pre-ranked top 10 because they have the talent. I seen JJ Redick saying like their whole top 5 can get drafted.
I I can see it after watching them.
But shout out to KU. KU had the veterans. I feel like they had like you said, the coaching. We had to show some love for UNC's coach too, because he was like a first-time black coach at UNC, taking over for Roy Williams, gets them all the way there as a number 8 seed. You can see the kids love playing for him. Like his energy is different. So it was a good game, man. I was just happy it panned out to be like a good tournament.
You could tell his energy is different from that interview. Like he seems like he's like one of those coaches gonna be just as hype as you are.
Exactly,
you know what I mean?
And he still like seems like connected because he was like an assistant coach, and usually when you play sports, the assistant coach is the one who's really locked in with the players. Like the head coach is like focused on like strategy and stuff. But when you get put out the game and stuff, the assistant coach is the one like, hey man, just relax, like talking to you about what you really need to do. So he's like, I feel like he's mostly connected, and he still has that.
And you always have that connection when you're a player to coach, because he played for UNC and he played in the NBA, and then he went there. So
he can relate.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kansas and shout out to UNC even though they lost.
Y'all think Love's gonna stay?
Nah, I think he's still gonna enter the draft.
Yeah, if he's smart, he'll go.
Yeah, he had a great run. It was just that last game he fell a little short. He's taking the same shots. They were difficult shots, but he was making those difficult shots.
If it was the NBA, that was just game 1. Game 2, he would have showed up.
True. No, yeah, you gotta when you're hyped, you gotta just take that hype train with you. I think it's gonna be an interesting draft though, because they're saying there's like no real consensus number 1. No main pick. The NFL draft is coming up here soon, and I don't even really hear much about that. But I've been hearing Aiden Hutchinson probably is gonna go number 1.
These drafts are like so close together every time, it like throws me off.
Yeah, because the football one waits so long, and then it's like football. Then
I'm like, wait, basketball's still going on.
The month after. And then the women's tournament ended. Would be remiss if we didn't show some love to South Carolina and Coach Don Staley. South Carolina played up against UConn and Paige Buckers. Shout out Gene Auriemmo, because UConn is there like every year. They've been so dominant. But now it's dope to see like a new leaf and see like a new team ready to dominate. And it says Don Staley is the first black coach in men's and women's D1 history to win multiple national titles. So is this their second title, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah.
But like second in like 2 years, 3 years?
2 or
yeah.
3 years. They might have went back to back, but I want to say it's 3 years.
And if they didn't win, like they're always there, like number 1 seed, 2 seed. Like they've been dominating for like almost 5 years now. But now they're just winning. So like,
is this the first time? My bad.
Shout out to Don Staley.
Is this the first time that a black coach has won the women's and the men's same year?
Bill Self is white.
Oh, my bad.
But maybe if UNC coach would have won. But yeah, Bill Self is white. He's a white guy.
Is this the first time 2 black coaches have been in the championship title?
I'm not sure.
Not necessarily one.
I'm not sure, but it's dope that the black coaches are getting that recognition.
Definitely.
Bruce Arians retired. It's crazy because he got Tom Brady back and
NFL.
He's still retired. Yeah, in the NFL. And
it's cool what he did.
Todd Bowles ended up replacing him, so that's like another black head coach in the NFL. But I seen something that was going around that was like Pete Carroll called out like all the managers and stuff about not having enough black coaches in
I did see that
in the NFL.
I was like, is that why Russell left?
Why would he leave for that though? He called out the owners about that.
Yeah, but why would he leave? It was so shocking that he left.
Not really.
I'm glad he's here.
Russell, it's been in the news that he was about to leave last year.
But why though?
Because he wants more control and they don't have the pieces that niggas be trying to win, man. I mean, that defense was terrible.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, their offense was fire, but yeah, their defense.
Their offense was cool, but they had no line. Russ was like the most sacked quarterback since he's been drafted.
Right.
Like I think Russ was just that special. He kind of made them. Since they lost Richard Sherman in that defense,
you're right.
They haven't, especially in that division too. Like you got to come with it.
Yeah, they lost all their pieces.
Exactly, and then even their running back position's been shaky. So like he's been tough. DK, like don't get us started on DK. Like he's there, but
yeah, he's young. He still learning.
Russ got traded, and he's like, let's get Lockett over here. Like Lockett is his guy.
Right.
DK is just like their natural talent.
You think Lockett's gonna come to the Broncos?
I would like that. That would be dope.
Dope.
I'm sure Jerry Judy's gonna definitely at least score 1 touchdown this year. I guarantee you that.
Oh,
Bro.
easy.
He scored 0 last year.
Exactly.
No, bro. He was hurt, but yeah.
Still, he played 10 games.
Bro, it's still a quarterback's league,
Quarterback, bro. 0
He played 10 games?
at least, bro.
If he played 10 games, then yeah.
At least half the season.
Nah, bro. I feel like he should be the type of receiver that's
18
almost
games,
getting one
or
a game.
17.
Like he should be
Yeah.
getting a touchdown a game almost.
Nah,
Judy,
you're right.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's like
I agree.
he has that talent, apparently, for sure. The wide receivers have been breaking the market in the NFL, and then we could get off sports. But Stephon Diggs just re-signed a new contract, super money. Devontae Adams re-signed that contract, but Christian Kirk is the one who kind of like redid the market. So now everybody's getting paid, and they're basically asking like, who's the next one to get that paycheck? Who do y'all
Debo.
think? He was on the
Ooh,
list.
Yeah.
Yeah, who do you think?
Odell's a free agent. That's crazy. He's still free.
Yeah, but they traded Robert Woods in LA
I know. So Odell's next, bro.
to be paid.
Yeah.
He's not gonna get that money though. They don't have that much money.
Has Cooper been paid yet?
That's a good question.
Wait, first of all, is Odell staying?
Yeah,
You think so?
yeah. That's why they traded Robert Woods.
I know you said that. I don't know if he just wants to stay there to stay there. I mean, Von Miller left for the money. Odell could get that bag, bro.
Maybe he just did tear his knee though, coming off ACL injury.
So did Von.
No, he didn't.
Nah.
Not this soon, but he still had an injury that he came off of.
A long
What's the
time
injury?
ago.
Okay, Odell. Eventually, it'll be a long time for Odell too.
His second knee injury or second leg injury,
And it's an ACL.
and he's a
doesn't that usually
receiver.
take
a year. Yeah, like it's a whole different.
So that's his downfall.
He's gonna get paid, but he's not getting $100 million. I guarantee you that.
All right, so
Stephon Diggs is
all right,
at
y'all just
$100
shout out
million.
my pick. Who y'all got?
They got AJ Brown in the conversation
Okay,
because Tennessee doesn't
Julio.
want to lose him.
Julio's a free agent.
Yeah, they got
He's
rid
too
of him.
old.
Nah, definitely not.
Robert Woods is at Tennessee, so I think they'll be solid.
You think-
Debo was in the conversation. DK,
You think Julio's
Justin
done?
Jefferson,
Justin Jefferson,
and then
right
somebody was saying Jamar still has like 4 years, but they need to start making money for Jamar Chase now because he's next
Justin
up.
Jefferson's a good one too.
Yeah, and I think Cooper did just get paid not too long ago, so like that's an easy one too. But they getting paid out here. All right, should we get into some Grammys? Grammys occurred this past weekend. Feels like a lifetime ago because it always like all the good stuff happens like as soon as we get done. But did you guys watch any of the Grammys? Any clips or anything?
I did. I watched the Grammys.
Oh yeah, you like actually watched the.
Yeah, I watched it.
was
Remember
it?
last episode you showed us that video of that dude saying you guys should boycott the Grammys. This is what you should do.
Chris Rock.
No, wasn't it Dame Dash?
No, bro.
Oh, it was Houston. Jay Prince.
Jay Prince.
Jay Prince. That's
Yeah. So were any of those? I don't think any of those people were at the Grammys.
Well, I know Kanye wasn't there.
Right.
He
Jay-Z
said
wasn't.
Nicki, Drake, The Weeknd. I know.
None of-
Well, all
yeah,
these people
none of
don't
them were
fuck
there.
with the Grammys anyways. Like, do y'all remember that video of Kanye pissing on the Grammys?
Yeah.
yeah.
And then The Weeknd, I think we brought this up last year. He was mad because they
He
made
got
him choose
snubbed.
between. He got snubbed, and they made him choose between like the Super Bowl or the Grammys, and he was like mad about that. And so a lot of people don't even mess with the Grammys really. But until they win, and then they're like, okay, never mind.
Right.
Not a Grammy.
Exactly. Like it means something, but they be trying to act like it don't mean nothing. But that's
kind of
that's interesting. None of them people were there. But all those other top people, they don't need to be there either.
right.
Like what's a Grammy gonna do for them?
They still gonna sell. They're still
Yeah.
gonna get their money. Yeah.
What
Yeah,
were
they're above the Grammys.
some of the biggest moments at the Grammys?
I feel like Doja Cat was the biggest moment just because I don't know if she set it up like that, but she was like, I quit music, blah, blah, blah. And then she wins a Grammy and she was like, I downplay all that shit, but this really means a lot. So, and then she was in the bathroom while she was supposed to be getting a Grammy.
Yeah, I seen that.
So I think that was my biggest takeaway.
Yeah, I like that.
But obviously, the biggest takeaway is the people that won the most Grammys.
Doja got how many? She was nominated for she had a great year. Doja had a great year.
A great year.
It's interesting that we talked about Remy said she's not a rapper, but like she had a great year regardless, whatever genre she's in.
Yeah, I get what, like, if you watch the full interview, I get what Remy was saying. Like, she's not a rapper's
typical,
rapper.
Yeah.
But she could rap. She raps, yeah, of course. But she's not a rapper's rapper.
I get that.
But yeah, definitely could rap.
It was dope to see Doja. It seemed like a lot of, at least the nominees were close to right. I don't know about all the winners. I didn't really look through it all the way, but I mean, usually the biggest award is the record of the year. And Silk Sonic went crazy, and they won all 4 of their nominations. I think that's huge. I think John Batiste, he won Album of the Year for We Are, beating Donda, Taylor Swift, Lil Nas X, her, Doja, Justin Bieber. That's usually one of the bigger ones of the Grammys. Best New Artist is a huge one. I think that went to Olivia Rodrigo. She left for like 3. Yeah, I think those were like the biggest winners.
John won 5.
Batiste.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he was like 5 out of 11.
And then Silk Sonic won 4.
And then I think Doja had like 2 or 3. I seen Jasmine Sullivan left with 2.
Rodrigo had 4, no?
3 or 4.
Is that who's the one that dropped the
Rodrigo?
Yeah, she dropped one and broke it. I think she had 4.
Okay. And she won Best New Artist, so that's usually a huge one. Yeah. Song of the Year, Silk Sonic. What did Kanye win? I know Kanye won.
Some with the song with Jay-Z. I told you earlier.
That Jail. Guess who's going to jail tonight? Baby Keem for Best Rap Performance. Family Ties. What about Best Rap Album though? We kind of could have foreseen this. I think some of us were like, Tyler can win this, but are we surprised? Best Rap Album, J. Cole, Off Season, Drake, Certified Lover Boy, Nas, King Disease, Tyler, Call Me If You Get Lost, and Kanye, Donda. I guess it was a stacked year.
Bro, that's crazy. Nas is nominated again. He had a chance. Pull back to back. What? That would have been crazy.
He made it to the ship.
He was so close.
He performed though. Did you see his performance at the Grammys?
When did he perform?
He performed some of the old school jams. He performed All I Need Is One Mic.
Oh, I did see that. Yep.
And like some of his older hits. I thought that was pretty dope.
It didn't surprise me that Tyler won though. I feel like it was his to lose this year. Like if someone would have came with something crazy, but
I thought it was J. Cole's. I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought J. Cole would have took this sweepingly, to be honest.
Out of all of them, you that would be your pick if you would pick out of them.
That would be my pick, and I also thought he was gonna win.
Was that your album? Out of like your top albums too?
It was up there, yeah. But as far as
I
like
definitely had Tyler at number 1.
Rap album, I thought he would have won for rap album.
That Tyler was hot though.
So was the J. Cole, my nigga.
Nah, for sure, but
I mean, all those albums were good albums. Yeah,
Tyler was.
And then I thought Kanye was gonna win for album of the year. To be honest,
I mean,
those are my selections.
I would say the big moment that stood out for me was Her's performance with Lenny. I feel like that was a good moment for her.
And Travis Barker.
Oh, yeah, Travis. Can't forget about Travis on the drums. Yeah, so I feel like that was a big moment, too, just for performing-wise.
Yeah, that was a huge performance. Lil Nas performed, brought out Jack Harlow. Jack Harlow's going crazy. Y'all seen Jack Harlow has a song coming out?
That shit's pretty good,
The Fergalicious?
Yeah, bro.
Or the Fergie? And I'm like, fucking Jack Harlow, he would.
Nah, but if you listen to the way he breaks it down, like with the
I heard it.
I was like, that shit's pretty clever, bro.
It's such a Jack Harlow thing to do. What is it? The glamorous? The G-L.
And he's like, take it to always been
a G. Take it to the L-A. I'm like, nigga. Yeah, I heard it. You've been sitting on that.
Drop
That's
a
supposed
G,
to be
throw up the L, sex in the A. M.
Exactly. You downloaded it already.
I just saw the preview. He was in the studio.
Yeah, he's been
like,
previewing it a few
Like,
times.
I don't know if I'm ever gonna be like, dang, I like Jack Harlow has the best album, but he makes good songs.
He does
bro.
make
Did
good
it
music.
drop already?
I don't think so.
I saw he put out a tweet. It was like, fine, I'll drop the single Friday. But I feel like that wasn't this week. I feel like that was last week.
I don't know.
But I don't know.
You can look it up.
Should be blending together nowadays.
Shout out to Jasmine Sullivan finally getting her first 2 Grammys. I know that was a huge moment.
She was like, what? She was sitting in her seat for like 30 seconds.
She didn't
like, oh,
let
me?
it register.
She was like, I didn't know what they said.
Well, speaking of, how was the concert?
She killed it.
Okay.
That's what was dope too. Like that's what I thought
she
Tyler
was
was
here.
there. Cause she was just here and went to the Grammys, and then Tyler and Cali Uchis was just here, and I know they were out there in Cali too. So that's why it was weird that Tyler didn't go to it was in Vegas though. The Grammys were in Vegas also. That's what I realized.
Yeah, they kept shouting out Vegas.
Yeah.
I mean, we closer to Vegas.
I know. So I thought that was dope. Usually in like LA or something. But Jasmine Sullivan won Best R&B Song. Best R&B Album for Hotels. Best R&B Song goes to Silk Sonic, Leave the Door Open. This country guy, Chris Stapleton, won a couple. I heard he was pretty cool. Yeah, Chris Stapleton. Best Country Song. Best Country Album, Chris Stapleton. This nigga swept up. This nigga went crazy. The Foo Fighters won a few for Rock Album. And that was huge for them because I don't know if you guys know, but they lost one of their members recently.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
They were supposed to perform there, and they canceled their performance too.
Right. That's what I saw. They were like Foo Fighters, but due to the recent tragedy.
Yeah, and they had a whole like tour going on, and they had to like drop out of the tour because he passed away.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so rest in peace to him. Billie Eilish was wearing them on his shirt. I also had a tribute for Virgil at the Grammys too, and a lot of people were mad because it said like hip hop fashion designer, rest in peace, and people were mad. They were like putting them in this box.
Right.
So I was like, yeah, I kind of get that. Like people are like, what the hell is a hip hop fashion designer?
Yeah, why does it gotta say hip hop?
Yeah, exactly. Because
That's
they
the
try and
point,
like
fashion designer.
exactly, they try and dilute.
Like what the hell?
Hey, another thing too, I want to point out for Foo Fighters, you know where they like kind of originate from, right? What band they were known for before?
Mm-mm.
That was Nirvana.
Oh, really? And then it's just
The lead singer was the drummer for Nirvana. Yeah, bro. They was like, yeah, and then they changed to a different
dope.
band. So, but going back to the death, like that's crazy because now they probably experienced 2 of those in a band with a band member.
Yeah, I'm sure that's tough.
Damn. So they're gonna. Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, but it's dope to see they still won some awards. I don't know if y'all seen what's their name, Silk Sonic, but
Hilarious.
they were what's it called, method acting, when you like continue to play the role even outside of like the actual act. Like they've been
have that same persona.
Yeah, they've
bro.
been method acting since they dropped
3 years now.
Leave the door. Oh,
That was like
Trying
3
our
years
hardest to
ago.
remain humble. We are really trying our hardest to remain humble at this point. Okay?
His hair, bro.
We call that a clean industry. We call that a clean sweep.
Silk Sonic had quite the night at the 2020. We're so stoked.
they're having a
We get
great
drunk.
time.
Who got a
I
cigarette?
know a lot of y'all fans might be upset.
They look drunk
Fake
already.
cigarette.
All right? Love
For
y'all.
real.
We love y'all.
He keeps
All right?
lighting up fake
Drinks is
cigarette.
on Silk Sonic tonight. We getting drunk. I know a lot of y'all fans might be upset, so we don't get out of here before the internet get to talking. Bruno. God bless you all. Good night. We love you.
Shout out to them. Sorry,
That was
guys.
a great shout out. Hey, have y'all seen it in Encanto? Encanto.
Encanto?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, we don't talk about Bruno.
Oh yeah,
So,
no, Trevor Noah.
He was like, he was interviewing them, kind of like sitting next to him at their table, and he was like talking to Anderson .Paak, but he was like ignoring Bruno. He was like, no, we don't talk about Bruno. And then Bruno was just staring at him like gave him like
the death stare.
Yeah,
I get it. Nah,
the whole time, and then after they cut to a commercial, he started laughing. I was like, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, we talked about Encanto during the Oscars. They won a few Oscars.
Yeah, they did a live performance of If We Don't Talk About Bruno.
At the Grammys? Oh, I'm sure.
No, at the Oscars.
At the Oscars, too?
Yeah, at the Oscars they did that, yeah. But no, that was funny that he did that.
Trevor Noah was the host. That's a good thing to bring up. I seen he killed it.
Second year in a row. He did it last year.
Trevor Noah's good. He's so good. I seen they had the Will Smith jokes.
Of course.
He said we will be keeping people out of our mouth or something. You know, he's all like Australian and shit. I thought the Doja moment was dope too, because it is dope to see her like she don't really be like caring about shit, but it was dope to see like her actually be human and
awards. Also memorable,
For sure.
Doja
Be
Cat
personable.
racing from the bathroom, nearly missing accepting her award with SZA.
I had so much
With SZA.
champagne. I have never taken such a fast.
there's actually a video of her
My
like
whole
running,
life.
getting dragged.
A woman ran into the bathroom, and I don't remember her name, but she grabbed me by my wrist, yanked
It's
me
messed
out,
up
and I
'cause
was
that-
like,
that
I've never
beep,
been pulled so strongly.
could take it like
in
two
my
different
life.
ways.
I got to the stage. I like
She's like, that's the fastest I ever took.
Oh yeah, a deuce.
No, why'd they bleep it out?
I know.
For real.
Why did she say piss? Like, damn, she could have said like tinkle or
Oh,
pee.
that's her.
Yeah.
Like, I used the bathroom. The piss. Like she.
Stage.
take a
I
piss.
like to downplay, but this is
She broke into tears.
it's a big deal.
The singer who broke
It was dope. Shout out to the Grammys. I feel like there was, especially coming up right off the Oscars, they didn't want too much drama to come out. So like,
Yeah.
it was cool moments. What should we talk about next, friends? I sent y'all the Forbes list.
Yeah.
They just dropped their recent billionaire list for 2022, and they give just a synopsis of all the billionaires and how much their net worth is together, who's the new billionaires, how many billionaires fell off the list, where the most billionaires are. It was a pretty cool read. I thought it was dope. People that we know, of course, Rihanna became a new billionaire this year. That was huge. Kanye is still one of the celebrities on there. Kim Kardashian is a billionaire. Elon, of course, still is number one.
Y'all think Elon bought his spot on Twitter?
Yeah, he literally he bought some stake in it in Twitter, and then he decided to run to be a board of director. So then it just made sense.
Yeah, he got appointed. He's a board of director.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's why he's always like on. He's like, Twitter's the future. I understand it. He's smart for that.
I heard it has something to do with like the freedom of speech agenda that's been going on.
Really.
But I don't know how true that is. I mean,
Well, speaking of, Donald Trump gained like $600 million this year, and like 450 million of that was from his social media platform.
DWAC.
I can't forget what it's called.
I just know the ticker is DWAC, something like that.
It might be on this.
DWAC.
It might be on this Forbes thing, but yeah, he basically his social media is about freedom of speech though, because he's banned from a lot of these places. But he's making money from his thing.
Did I mention this on one of the episodes? Like he did a podcast with the Milk Boys. You guys know who they were? They're like kids, like when back in like early 2010s, maybe mid.
The Milk Boys?
Yeah, they would just do pranks on people, and then now they have a platform. And I think Dana White somehow got connected with them, and
Of course.
but yeah, they did
It's a whole Republican triangle.
exactly. Yeah, but they ended up doing an interview with him, and literally like in 24 hours they had like something crazy, like 6 million views, and then they like took it down
Off of YouTube or?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know he's banned off of YouTube.
I mean, they took it down off of YouTube. They took that video down.
But yeah, Elon Musk is the number one. Clearly, Bezos is right behind him. But side note, we didn't talk about this. It does say Elon Musk will join Twitter's board of directors, and I think that's huge. And it says this comes right after Elon Musk bought a 9.2 share in the company. So like he literally bought his way in the company, like Gerard said. He's a 9% owner. So like,
and his first tweet was, "Do we want an edit button?"
And they're working on it.
Do we want one?
Yes. Did you see the poll? Niggas say yes.
They want it.
But do y'all want one?
Yes, I voted on it and said yes.
Yes.
If it's up, then it's stuck, bro. Why you gonna edit your tweet? If you gonna tweet it, bro.
And it's called typos.
Bro, that's why?
I think that's the main reason.
Nah, it's because people be drunk tweeting. They're like, oh, hold on.
You could delete those, though.
Yeah.
So
Just to edit what you put on there.
You can still delete now. Like, it's not stuck. Every tweet's not stuck.
Yeah. And anyways, like someone's gonna get a screenshot. So whatever you said, regardless, if you try to retract it, it's gonna be there. Yeah.
Niggas be screenshotting stuff so quick.
It's not gonna change nothing.
Yeah, but except edit old tweets, they're like, oh dang, that's the wrong version of there.
Like, oh, I didn't mean that. Exactly. Or like, I had a grammar error right here or something.
Yeah, I think it'll be cool.
Especially if you're using it more for like a business tool or something.
Especially like Schefter. I've seen so many tweets where Woj would tweet something and have to delete the whole thing and he'll like resend it out. So especially for people like that, I think it's cool. But
you right.
I thought the Forbes billionaire article was cool though. I don't know if you guys read into it, but I do want to read a quick insert. One of the first inserts that kind of just gives a big, like full scope of the past year and why some of the financials are the way it is. It says, war, pandemic, and sluggish market hit the world's billionaires this year. It says there are 2,668 of them on Forbes of the planet's richest people. I thought that was crazy. There's 2,668 billionaires in the world. It says this is 87 fewer than a year ago, though. So 87 people fell off the list. I think that's interesting to note. It says they're worth a collective of 12.7 trillion, which is 400 billion less than last year. And it says the most dramatic drops have occurred in Russia, where there are 34 fewer billionaires than last year following the whole war and invasion of Putin. And then it says, and in China, where government crackdown on tech companies has led to 87 fewer billionaires on the list. It says, still, Forbes has found more than 1,000 billionaires who are richer than they were last year. So the rich are still getting richer. And it says 236 newcomers have become billionaires. I thought that was interesting. So even though there are 87 fewer than last year, 236 of them are new billionaires. So it is kind of like a fresher breath there. It says over the past year, 236 newcomers, and it says including the first ever billionaires from Barbados. Shout out to our girl, our queen, Riri. Bulgaria, Estonia, and Uruguay. It says America still leads the world with 735 billionaires worth a collective of 4.7 trillion. This includes Elon Musk, who's number one for the first time. He's overtaken Bezos. And it says China still remains number two with 607 billionaires worth 2.3. Any takeaways? I thought that was interesting.
There's a lot to kind of unpack there. I guess what I would say is like, it's interesting to see them cycle through. Like there's people that are new faces coming into this, but then it's also interesting because it's like, I mean, we know inflation is going on, but people are still making crazy amount of monies where the inflation doesn't really hurt them.
Right. Because it's coming in so much faster.
For sure.
I thought it was interesting that there's so many new billionaires, but it was dope to see the breakdown of like a lot of the people losing their wealth are from China because of the crackdown of tech and how fast China is with tech. I'm sure that puts such a damper on things. And then, of course, in Ukraine, where a lot of people are probably taking their money out of stock markets and probably like just leaving town without like actually selling their house for what it's for or whatever it may be.
Well, and with Russia, all these sanctions, a lot of them are financial sanctions that are happening to them, so they can't really fund a war is the idea of it, right?
They're like draining them.
And so it would make sense how some of these billionaires out there would be taken off the list.
Yeah, it said Russia and China had the most.
No,
like
you.
80, huh?
Nah,
Go ahead. Sorry.
I think the U.S. has the most. China was in second, but then they mentioned that.
No. Had the most fall-offs, drop-offs.
Oh, okay.
Was Russia and China.
Mm-mm.
Like 87 each, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, 87 total, but it says most of those were from
China's the most. So 87
from China,
fewer China, and then 34 from Russia.
Oh, okay. And then we had how many new ones? 240.
36.
But it's also crazy because 2,668 people. You know how many people are on this planet?
That's a
right.
That's wild.
The 1%.
Definitely. Might be less. It's like the 5%.
It's crazy. We got the first
$1 billion is a lot of money.
Barbados. I said Barbados. Just imagine, bro. Like a little girl from Barbados gonna be a billionaire.
She got it.
Ever thought
what they
that.
do? They named her like something, the queen, basically. They
She owns Barbados.
exactly. She's like the queen regent or something.
Yeah.
Like it's her city. She could literally buy the whole city at this point, probably.
She could buy a lot of places.
And she made that it was the opportunity that she made the most of, bro. It's crazy.
And it says, I think she's worth $2 billion. 1.7 of that is from Savage Fenty.
I'm telling you, she's not dropping an album ever again, bro. She's like, I don't need to.
Yeah.
It says Kanye's
Just
worth
to get criticized.
It says Kanye's worth $2 billion. I thought that was weird because he was worth $2 billion last year.
He just stayed the same.
But that STEM player, and he's done a few of those arenas back to back.
Yet.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't think the STEM player never counted yet.
Yeah, maybe it didn't make the cutoff. But I'm like, he can't be worth the same amount of money. He did that deal with Gap or somebody recently.
I'm pretty sure it was Gap.
No, Gap was last year.
Yeah, Gap was last year, but he just did something recent, or he hinted at something. So I think they've been off. But Kanye's noted for saying the Forbes is off. Like he's like, I've been worth $1 billion, and they just gave him his $1 billion last year. True. They just counted him, but they said Kim just is worth $1 billion too. So
I mean, it's just what they could count.
Exactly.
If Kanye's telling on himself. He got more than $1 billion. Where's it at? You gotta report that shit.
That's gonna come. It's like
exactly. That's why you're not reporting it.
Yeah, everybody that pay child support, if you ask them, they broke.
Exactly.
Bow Wow broke.
They making as few payments as possible.
Yeah, I'm smashing this shit. I need to stop.
I know that's all I hear in the mic.
They like 5 in a row.
What y'all been watching though? Should we get into some bingeables or some music?
Nah, let's go with the bingeables.
What y'all been watching?
Have y'all been watching Snowfall at all?
Of course.
I'm 2 episodes behind. I'm gonna be honest with you. This season's
it's not as
kind of lost my interest a
It's
little.
crazy how Teddy came back. This is let me just come back real quick. Like nothing happened. Hey, what do y'all think happened to the dad? I don't know if it shows because I'm not that far.
I thought we talked about this, but
yeah, we made our predictions before it started. What we thought happened.
Right, but now it's it's coming to.
This nigga's now coming back now. I don't know.
He's gone. But do you think he's dead or is he? Nah, he has to be dead. He popped him right there, right?
I don't know.
I don't know.
They're making it seem like he'll just pop up.
I know the aunt's starting to make me frustrated.
That's what a lot of people are saying. The aunt's annoying.
Yeah, well, bro, she's always trying to fuck some shit up, bro.
Who is she trying to be? Kingpin?
Low key.
Yeah, bro. She thinks she knows better, and it's like, hey, come on.
And it's interesting to see Jerome kind of starting to step away a little bit. Like it seemed like he's not having as much fun in it.
He's like, all right,
becoming
then
a
ask her
job.
then.
Yeah,
ask her what she wants.
He's
Ask
losing
her what she
purpose.
wants.
But he met with the vets and the mental people, and he's like, dang, I might actually have a problem. Oh, you didn't see the last episode? You said, huh?
No.
Yeah. So that they're looking for Peaches, and Peaches is like a war vet too. He's like special services. So they think that he might be there, and while they're looking for him, he goes to this mental hospital, and he's just waiting around, but he's hearing different people's stories and stuff. And this fool's because Jerome was a vet too, so he's like, damn. Not only am I struggling with this PTSD, he's like, I'm in the hood with this, and he's like, I don't know if this life is for. He's like starting to sober up a little bit. Is what I'm getting from it.
Yeah.
I always like Jerome. No, Jerome's always
What
one
I
of the best
would
characters.
phrase it as is, bro, that inner peace is so important.
Yeah.
And I feel like the older you get, the more you realize you're like, dang, this going through some of this stuff doesn't give me the same feel that I used to get, and I just want my inner peace.
Yeah.
For real, at first you're like young and reckless. That's why those two go together. You're young and reckless.
Just want the money.
As you get older, you're like, I'm just old and peaceful, man. I want that peace.
And the mom's been weird too. Like the mom's super weird in Snowfall.
I haven't
She's
seen
kind
her
of
yet.
been that way though.
Okay, so you might be on the episode where she actually comes in
Okay.
because she's been in for like 3 episodes.
Because I
now,
feel like even
2, 3.
before she was kind of like,
offish.
yeah,
But now it's like she's super off. Like I feel like she's plotting against the family.
someone
She
killed her
been
husband.
And I think
plotting. She been plotting
before we get
against
off
Franklin.
Snowfall, I think Peaches might have AIDS. But yeah, I think what's his name? Peaches. I think Peaches might have the AIDS because he was sick. He's been sick for like 2 months, and then he just like disappeared. And it's like around the 80s, and I'm like, this is when the 80s was pretty popular. And they said something else about AIDS like in one of the earlier episodes, and I'm like, why'd they bring that up? And it was like kind of random. So I'm like, I think Peaches might like have AIDS. Especially because it was in the summertime. He said, yeah, them colds in the summertime, man. Like he said, they a motherfucker. So I don't know. That was
Also,
just my
too,
like,
needles and shit.
exactly.
Yeah. So it probably spreads faster.
Exactly.
You think he was shooting up?
No, not necessarily, but maybe someone that he was messing with, or someone that woman messed with, or you know what I mean? Like,
But
you
just
never know.
needles in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you keep watching, he might have been shooting up too.
Yeah, because at first he kept sniffing. I was like, is he doing cocaine? Then I was like, oh, no, this was sick. And he brought that up. I'm like, damn, maybe he does have it.
I haven't even thought of that though, but you might be right.
Yeah, I
think
don't know.
you're onto
Keep
something.
watching because it develops a little bit more, but we still don't know where the hell Peaches is. Have you gotten to Kane yet to see who Kane?
Yeah.
Have you?
What?
You don't hear me?
Same show?
Yeah.
Kane? Nah, I don't know what you're talking about.
He's just out of jail, and he's what's the dude's name? The
Talking
dude.
about Power now?
No, bro.
No.
Kane?
The dude's brother that he shot.
Um.
I can't remember his name, but Leon and Franklin and that dude were like best friends, and then he shot him.
Oh, yeah.
It's his brother. He just got out of jail, and he's like pissed about it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I remember you talking about.
Yeah, he's killing it though. Kane is cold, and Leon has to sit down with him, and like they trying to figure stuff out. But I guess that same dude who's Kane is also Stormin' Norman in The Winning Time.
Didn't someone say that? Didn't you say
Oh
that?
no, Kev. It was
Oh,
Kev.
Kev.
He told us. Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
wait, what? I did not know
Yeah,
that.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was Kev. It
Who
was.
said that?
Yeah, you know he not.
Nah, yeah.
say that.
It was Kev. Yeah. It
Yeah,
was
nah,
Kev.
Kev made that connection. I'm like, this was everywhere. But that's actually Stormin' Norman's son, is what I was telling you earlier. Like,
Yeah, that's crazy.
His name is like Devon Nixon, like the NBA player's son, is an actor, and now he's like playing his dad as that.
Not only his dad, but actually acting.
Yeah, exactly.
That's tight.
Like he's like has multiple talents, and if you see the two characters, they're nothing alike. Like Kane is cold, like he's killing it as Kane. But even Richard Stormin' Norman Nick. I keep wanting to call him Richard Nixon. Norm Nixon. He's cold too. Like he's an important character throughout like Magic storyline. I feel like
I'm pretty sure he's from the very first episode. He was in
exactly.
it. Yeah.
So it's dope. Also, he said I was watching a little bit about him, and one of the first scenes in that Winning Time is Norm Nixon like doing a pedicure, and he's like reading the stuff, and his dad was like, "Boy, I would never do that. Get my nails done." He's like, "What the hell is that?" So that's like proves that some of the show will be a little bit dramatized too.
But I feel like they have to because
It's Hollywood, man.
Yeah. Well, and also you could get hit with some lawsuits. I'm sure
If it's not too,
well, like if it's too like. Well, one, how would you find those details? One, but yeah,
like if it's too on character,
like historically correct,
yeah.
like I'm sure they could be like, hey,
because
like,
if it's too historically correct, then it's going to be like a documentary at that point. But then if you say something that's not right, then you're really liable to get sued. Because it's like, nah, this was supposed to be like a documentary, and you're saying stuff like that's been. So that's why they give those disclaimers fresh out.
For sure.
Like these aren't real events, but they're like influenced by real events or something. They'll always give
And
that.
at the end of the day, it's a show. They gotta make people want to watch it.
Facts.
Like, what if Jerry Buss was just super balling and he didn't go through the struggle like that? You know what I mean? And we just didn't know.
True. Or like Jerry West. They make Jerry West a psychopath. He's
Yeah.
like crazy. And we were talking about the whole dynamic between Kareem and Magic. Like, was Kareem's that much of a douche and that standoffish?
Yeah, I just feel like I'm getting more like he's going through something like internally. Like, I don't know if I necessarily take him as like
A douche.
a douche, but
No.
because then when Spencer Haywood comes in,
Yeah, he's like all buddy.
cool with him, but it was because what he did in regards to making sacrifice. You know what I mean?
I see.
To like keep moving things forward for
Exactly.
them.
No, it was dope how they got into his story too. And then even Winning Time is so dope because even like the little cameos. I know you seen my boy. He said Kobe Bean Bryant. He said his dad. He's watching his dad. He said, "Nope, that's not a typo. That's his real name." He said, "I think it's Asian."
Yeah, I think it's Japanese or something.
Japanese. And then Paula Abdul was like one of the first leading
Laker girl.
Yeah, I was like, "Is this real or not?" Like, I don't know what's real. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what's like historically correct and what's not. I feel like
That's the part that sucks about it, but it makes it interesting.
Exactly. I feel like a lot of it, like at least, is super close, but like it is dope that they're name dropping too, because then you can actually go and look up their history and stuff. And they haven't even gotten into like Larry Bird. I think I said that already.
I think it's gonna be next episode.
I seen like this show's so good. I actually watched like the previews of next episode because I'm like, nah, what's coming next? And yeah, I seen Larry Bird and that whole thing. But I feel like the characters have been so good and like spot on that Larry's gonna be just as spot on. Like,
I hope.
I don't have no doubts about it. And I say this all the time, but it's so weird that Magic doesn't rock with it. I think Magic has his own documentary coming out on Apple, but Magic does not like acknowledge this series.
Maybe because it is so like
Fakey.
padded. Cause I wouldn't be rocking with it either if you like fake.
Magic seems dope though, the way they're like depicting him.
He
but
he seems dope, but like he's like a misogynist kind of.
Yeah.
But if like we seen them pictures,
Right.
we seen the videos. Magic be like people talk, bro.
Yeah, but I still feel like they're painting him in a pretty good light.
Yeah, for sure. He's still Magic, and the way like Quincy Isaiah is the actor's real name. This fool is a superstar. He's killing his whole role. Like,
Nah, I feel like this is gonna open him up for a lot more
he's
stuff.
killing the Magic role. Even from like the basketball, like he looks just like him. He acts just like him. He has the smile,
the mannerisms. Yeah.
he's killing it. They got Pat Riley as Adrian Brody. John C. Reilly as Jerry Buss is killing it. Like the whole cast is killing it, bro.
Yeah, and low-key, we're about to see Pat Riley become an assistant coach because of how it ended. And yeah, the bike accident. That's so crazy.
It was so random though. Like I thought he was gonna get hit by a car.
Well,
Is that real?
He could have, but I'm pretty sure it was by a bike accident. I don't know.
No, you didn't watch the newest episode?
No, I did, but I don't know how accurate every
No, is
detail
that real?
was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, they do say he was in a bike accident. We don't know if the way they depicted it was the
True.
right,
But it
bike
was a
accident.
bike accident.
Because he literally just fell off the bike. I'm
Nah,
like, wait,
what they depicted is his like rear brake went out, and so then he squeezed both, but he only squeezed the front, so it flipped him forward.
And then he like dies, basically. But like,
I mean, he was out cold. He
was
slid.
fucked up.
He was all the way across, bro.
I don't know. I'm laughing.
It was crazy how they depicted it for sure. I thought he was about to get hit by that car.
No, they definitely set you up for that, bro. They did. But
That's
another
good,
good
bro. You
another
should watch
good show that's out right now is that Moon Knight.
Moon Knight is out.
Yeah.
I finally watched that first episode. I hate that it's only 6 episodes, but like I was saying, it's perfect because Doctor Strange comes out early April, so it's gonna hold us over until we get that Doctor Strange. I had a dream I seen Doctor Strange,
Me too, bro.
and I woke up and I was like, "Dang, Doctor Strange was tight." And I thought I was
Damn,
like,
there is a multiverse.
I was like, "Wait, it didn't even come out yet."
Is WandaVision in it?
Yeah.
Yeah. WandaVision.
Will we ever get a WandaVision movie, or is
It's
this
just
as
Wanda.
close as
I know.
My bad. Is it? Are we ever gonna get a Wanda movie, or is this as close as it's gonna be?
WandaVision in it.
What?
Because Vision is the other character. It
Oh,
wasn't-
WandaVision. No, that's what I'm saying though. A WandaVision movie.
I mean, we got a series.
That's what I'm saying. Is that as close as we're gonna get?
I think so.
I think so. Because she turns more into a villain.
Bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they got a fighter.
I just control her. She's too crazy.
She's too powerful.
So
bro.
that's why I'm not mad at
She's
Moon
like one
Knight
of the
though.
most powerful ones.
And it gives us 40, 50 minutes. Like I'm cool with
Well, and
that.
that actor is actually a really good actor. I don't know his name. Should probably know it, but
No, but it's dark. That Moon Knight is dark.
it is, bro. But it's dope. I think the way they're setting it up seems pretty cool. I think you need to watch the new episode, is what I would say.
You watched it today?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably watch it tonight. What else? I heard the Morbius was pretty cheeks.
That's what I heard. I heard it was booty.
Somebody said it was the worst movie of all
That's
time.
what I heard, bro.
And then I seen that somebody on Twitter post, and they were like, they didn't even turn the lights out for this Morbius movie. So they were watching it with the lights on. I'm like, oh, come on.
No one cared.
And then people are upset that they casted Jared Leto and all this. But the cool thing is
Whoa.
Morbius is only a side character anyways. And what I think they're doing is setting up the bigger picture, which is Blade.
Oh, Blade. Yeah,
And
definitely Blade.
they're just introducing vampires to the MCU. So Blade, who's the vampire hunter, can come. Because that's all Morbius really is a vampire.
Yeah, I'm ready to see Blade.
It's just crazy. They could have made Morbius a series, clearly, because people aren't really messing with the movie. But
Yeah.
I'm surprised they gave Morbius his own like feature film.
That's crazy. Jay Leto got a role, and over here trying to cancel Will Smith for smacking Chris
See?
Rock.
Yeah,
It's
no.
so crazy, bro.
Well, I mean, there's more than just Jared Leto. It's all Hollywood that people could be called out for some stuff.
Weinstein or Harvey
Yeah.
Weinstein. They say he still won awards after his allegations. So
I mean, it's just coming to like, oh yeah, he's guilty now. After all those years.
kinda. His wife is guilty now, but like he been
Well,
guilty.
he's dead.
Yeah, he been guilty for like 4 or 5
She's
years.
the only one that can
Well,
stand
and you
trial.
always hear of people. Hollywood's weird, bro.
Hella.
People are weird, bro.
Definitely.
But Drill did send us that article, and they were saying Sony and Netflix were pausing some of his movies.
Yeah. His projects.
Yeah,
Up and coming
stupid.
projects.
But I
they're
thought-
on pause.
exactly. And I thought that was weird too, because the first thing I seen was Netflix canceled something. Next thing I seen was they paused something. But then I'm like, how do we know if Netflix and Sony paused that? Like, how do we know if Will Smith didn't pause these projects? And he's just like, it's not right mentally for me. Like, I don't like the way some of
Could be
these
that.
articles are spent. Like, it's easy to see that Will Smith can reach out and be like, you know what, I'm just gonna take some time to be with my family right now. We should pause these. So it kind of sheds it like he's being canceled when really like it could be Will Smith and his team wanting to put a pause on him. And I feel like right now we're in such a like misinformation age. I hate it. That's why I'd be trying not to pay too much attention to like
Well,
these
the
titles.
information could get transferred so fast.
Because it does. People just spread it, retweet, like it just spreads so fast.
When
They
I
don't
think what
really-
brings to it and what's the fuel to that fire is the hypersensitivity everywhere. So people just create a headline of like, oh, this person did that or this person did that. And there's going to be someone that sits on one side or the other. You know what I mean? So
and I think you always say this, like people don't want to be right anymore. People just want to be first.
exactly.
People
yeah.
just want to be the first one to spread it.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if this is real, but I'm gonna just show everybody. Like
You know, yeah.
it kind of messes
Shit
up the
we ever
game.
said on this show. People don't want to be right. They just want to be
They
first.
just want to be first
That's crazy. That's true, bro.
to
Or
everything
they want to be first, or they just want to be heard.
But that's stupid.
with everybody.
If it is these companies trying to cancel Will, that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
but if it's
I agree.
Will trying to take time, like I was trying to
understand
say last week, like I think that's why I said it is kind of sad because like these people are humans. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that's a moment that's gonna last for
With
a while.
him and his family, and his
Exactly.
wife.
yeah, it was just a moment.
Yeah, I seen. Getting back into movies and media, I seen the Oscars was last week. We talked about it. The film of the year, which was through Apple. I started watching it. Cuda. I see why I won. It was pretty good, but like the whole synopsis and like the whole plot of the movie is it's this girl who lives with their parents and her brother. Like her whole family is deaf, and she lives with them, and she can sing like hella good. But like, of course, they don't know that because she's deaf, and they work like in this fishing industry where it's more labor intensive. But she's like in school, and she goes to choir, and she starts realizing she has this ability. And you can hear yourself sing, but the people around you can't really like hype you like, yo, you're like good, you should go, because her family's deaf. So she's going to choir, and everybody's like hyping her up, and then she kind of has to make a decision about like, dang, should I stay back and like help my family out with their fishing business, and they're also deaf, so like she knows where her role is, or should I like move forward and trust in my ability and like recognize that I have this super talent. And I only got like halfway through, but I was like, I see how this pulled on some heartstrings. I get how this could have won the Academy Award.
Well, let's talk about that. What would you do?
It depends. I get in the long term, because if you do leave, like that can just help your family more, and you can like get them out of that life, because I'm sure they're not doing all this labor and fishing and stuff like because they want to. Like, of course, people fish for a hobby, but like her parents were getting a little older, and like they're deaf. They're like literally deaf. So like there's a lot of different things that they like, even like social norms, like they came and picked her up, and they were bumping rap music loud as hell. Like her dad was bumping it, but they can't really hear it. But of course, everybody's like they have a like pickup truck, like it's a hillbilly type vibe. And then the daughter gets in. She's like, turn this down. He's like signing. He's like, I love rap music. He said, it just makes my butt vibrate. Like, he's like, I love the vibrations it gives my body. Like, he's just thinking about the vibrations. He doesn't really know what they're saying. He's just like, this beast, the bass is cold. Yeah, so it's like and she's talking about like people laugh at them, but they're deaf, so they don't really hear it. And she's the only one that has that burden on her. So it's tough. I don't know. I think I would personally, especially being 30, I would take the opportunity, because I know if it works, it's going to be better for my whole family, and I could put us in a better position. Whereas if I just stay here and work, we're like still in that same cycle. But it's tough. Like I said, I didn't finish it, so I don't know what she does, but I assume she probably like, actually, I don't know. It won Academy, so it could be a plot twist, and she stays back.
Damn, I might watch it.
It's pretty. It was cool.
I'm gonna give it a watch. I don't know. That's tough. Me right now, I think I see the bigger picture.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So
like, you really worked 3 to 5 years, and like the choir coach was someone who was kind of respected. Like, you could tell he's kind of been through the industry, and then he's like comes back just to work, and he's like this. He's like Spanish, this Spain guy. He's like has this accent, and you could tell like he's like playing the piano, and he's like super musical, and he knows his stuff. And you could tell, like, I think he's gonna be the one that really manages her and pushes her to the next level. But he's singing like real like soulful songs and stuff, and he's like getting them all into that mindset. And I don't know. I didn't finish it, but I'm going to. I think it was good. I want to share with y'all, because I was like, I get why it won Best Picture. And like we said, like we said last week, that was the first time an independent streaming service has won Best Film of the Year that wasn't like pushed out through theaters. So I thought that was interesting. I don't think they spent much money on it. Like, it wasn't like a big budget. None of the actors are known.
Just well written.
Yeah. It wasn't like something super big. I think that's so interesting that that's the way the Academy is going too, because if you think about it, a couple years ago, Parasite won, and that was like independent. Like, a lot of these more like Squid Games, it's not like the super big production that's winning anymore. It's these random Sundance and random one-off things that are like taken home, and that people are like projecting to.
Well, and I also think it's the times. It's what people are watching more.
Yeah.
At home.
It's because of the platforms, bro. There's so many different platforms. There's so many different opportunities for people to get their films out. Like, there's so many films that were created, but they weren't able to get shown because they didn't get that
there's like no gatekeeper.
Office,
there's no gatekeeper now. Kind of like music.
I was just gonna bring that up. So like, are we getting to a point too where like movies and shows could be oversaturated? Kind of like what we felt music may have been at some point, because anyone can almost release something now. There's so much out there.
I mean, on these platforms, bro, some of these platforms, especially the free ones, the like low budget films and stuff, so they're out there. You just gotta. It's all about the platforms. I feel like.
Yeah, these platforms are struggling. These platforms are struggling for content. So a lot of times they're trying to compete or like just get this, get that. Like they have. Think it just like BET Plus. Like they have the streaming network that they have to have some type of original programming for. So they're like, all right, well, maybe let's get this. Let's get this. Like they got to feel it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So everything's not going to be quality. But I even think now it's still a little harder because even though it's BET Plus, it's still like Viacom and BET. And like, I think the television and media market is still so much more, not necessarily monopolized, but oligopolized, if that's a word, but like it's like only a few, it's like 4 or 5 that really control. Like even you think about Paramount, Nickelodeon, like all these separate channels are owned by the same people. Yeah. NBC, Peacock, like a lot of these FX, like a lot of these, you think they're different channels, but they're all under the same.
Nah, they're playing the game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas music, it's kind of like that, but there's still like individual and more independent ways to get in.
Right. Remember when I said the Kardashians are going on Disney?
Mm-hmm.
They're going on Hulu, but guess who owns Hulu? Disney. Mm-hmm. So the article
makes sense
right,
because they have that little bundle.
but it's not going on
Disney Plus. Okay.
But
not yet though, because I seen.
But Disney owns the rights for the next Kardashians.
They're under Disney, basically.
Right.
I seen that ESPN Plus Tom Brady special, Man in the Arena, which was only ESPN Plus for a while. It's on Disney now. It's on Disney Plus.
Because Disney owns ESPN.
Exactly. So I'm like, eventually they might just throw them episodes on there because why not? Like they're just trying to get streams.
I still think it's demographics though. Like Disney people are going there for a certain sort of viewing experience. I mean, maybe it is the Tom Brady one.
It's a like sports documentary, basically. I didn't watch it, so I don't know exactly, but
I could see that on Disney. Sporty, family sports.
I could see it getting intertwined a little bit. Maybe my point is I don't think the Kardashians are ever gonna.
Nah, me neither. There's no way. Maybe
I could see we
talked about
you
this
think
last
it's
time.
Gonna get overran with like reality TV shows? Like,
hopefully not.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I hope
not.
I hope the Kardashian family is the last famous family.
Nah, they ain't gonna be the last famous family.
That's
like
that
takes over the
strong doubt.
Internet and everything.
Strong doubt on that.
I'm tired of this reality TV shit.
It's here to stay.
Yeah,
people do it for a reason. Like that's what people are watching. So everybody's just like, all right, let's do another reality TV show.
Yeah.
Nah, true.
Whether it's the Real Housewoods of Pontiac.
Housewoods.
Like, come on.
Housewoods.
Like they have so many random housewife shows or like hip hop, Love and Hip Hop, freaking Denver. Like, come on. Nobody wants to watch all these Love and Hip Hop.
Not the Love and Hip Hop Denver.
You didn't see that? With Wax and
I thought you were serious.
the episode with Wax and Trev Rich.
Closest we got was, what was that, Real World?
Yeah, that was back in the day.
We did have
that was at Brothers.
That's
that fool got beat up.
Bro.
Broke his jaw or
I
whatever it
remember
was, or
that.
cheek.
What else you guys been watching?
Atlanta.
I was about to say, yeah, you talked about Atlanta. You caught up?
I think I'm like an episode behind.
Okay.
But yeah, pretty much.
Because I think last time we talked, you were on the second season.
Yeah. They're short episodes, so
Exactly.
I caught up
If
fast.
you're an episode behind, I think you missed the best episode so far.
Probably because the first one was, what the fuck? The second one was
Actually,
like, okay, finally.
Nah, I
you got
rewatched the
characters
first
back.
one after you told me
After
the
we
story.
knew what it was about.
No, yeah, even going into it, knowing the story, it was cool. It was crazy how they twisted the story. It's like how the kid survived.
Exactly.
I guess what I'm saying is,
like, I hope that's really what happened, but he's still missing.
How'd the dog get in the car? No, that's the crazy part. Because in real life, he's still missing.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
But the other kids died though, right? In real life.
I think that, yeah. I mean, maybe 2 of the kids weren't accounted for, but he was one of them.
Dang, that's crazy.
Nah, I think the first episode I thought it was good after knowing that story. I guess it is kind of random within Atlanta why that was the first.
And then
So
he woke
was
up
dreaming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then he woke up. I was like,
That's the part that was random. But overall, as a show, as the story, because how would we have ever known about that story?
no, it brings awareness for sure.
So yeah, I mean,
Even the Netherlands,
the
one.
Black Pete,
yeah, it's same
Black Pete.
exactly. I would have never known that.
Even the third episode too. Like, I think this is like, it kind of reminded me of like NFTs, or just how creatives are getting their money back that they're deserved, because they've been like pushed around and dicked for so long. It feels good that now, even though this guy, and they even say this, like, even though he doesn't have that much talent, he's like, bro, they owe us for so much that they should have been giving us. He was like, so damn, if I am a mediocre artist, like, I'm still creating opportunities. And that's when Childish was like, you're right. He's like, he might need a manager. And he's like, I'm getting on board too. So like, I don't know where Childish has been, but he's been gone for like 5 years. So I think they've had some time to really sit down and like paint the direction they want to go in.
One, I think it's also dope too to see like other countries' perspectives, because all this stuff that's been happening has been, well, besides the first episode, but like the past two were like in different countries of
True.
what goes on there.
Because his last episodes, where were they at?
I'm pretty sure they
Are
were
they
in England.
Oh, okay. I'm like, are they still in Netherlands?
They were in Amsterdam. Where's Amsterdam at?
Netherlands.
Netherlands.
Okay. And then he came from, when he woke up, he was in another city. What city was he in? Because he had to go to the airport. He didn't have his underwear or his belt on. I was like, sir, I'm going to need you to lift your hands up. He's like, I can't.
He said, I don't have any underwear or belt.
He's like, I'm sorry. I'm still going to need you to lift your hands up.
Everybody was looking at him.
For real.
I was like, all right.
Nah, but I'm curious to see where they're gonna go. Atlanta's one of the shows I've been looking forward to, like when it drops on Thursday, and then same with Moon Knight and then Winning Time. Those are like the three on my radar right now.
I prefer shows to drop and have us anticipate rather than Netflix just drop a whole series. How do y'all feel?
Wait, what you say?
Do you want them to release the whole season or go episode by episode?
I don't know.
I love the anticipation.
I get it. I get both. I don't know. If I'm a showrunner, I'm gonna do week to week. But I get the Netflix strategy of letting them binge it. Like, fuck it, drop them all.
I love the options too.
Yeah, I get it. I get both.
I get both, but I think I'm gonna side with I'd rather them release the whole season.
Well, as a watcher, because
I'm too
then
impatient.
You could
just get
decide yourself if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna binge watch that whole thing. Let me.
the only bad
you
thing
want
about
it.
that is it just opens it up to spoilers, because people be
Yeah, exactly.
tweeting and ready to spoil some shit.
And it opens it up
You
to
better be on it.
conversation. Like the anticipation ones are like, oh, what do y'all think is gonna happen next
I
week?
would argue I feel like there's more spoilers when it goes episode by episode, because maybe I can't watch it at that time when it's dropping on a Thursday or dropping on a Friday or whenever it drops. Like maybe I miss it, and then boom, as soon as it drops, you got to be on that episode.
I wouldn't say more, but there's definitely spoilers. Like, I think the big time spoilers happen when it's the full season. But like, think about it. Like, would you want Game of Thrones to drop all of them, or would you prefer to like give me a little by little?
Game of Thrones is different.
That's what I'm saying, because we want the anticipation. Like, all right, nah.
Well, and there's memories to that. We used to have potlucks.
Let me build into it.
You know what I mean? Like it
depends on the show.
It's like nostalgic. Yeah, I agree with you.
So
Okay,
I think there's less spoilers if they do it episode by episode, because you're only spoiled for one episode. Where if they drop the whole series, you're spoiled
Touché.
for the whole series.
Like
Touché.
the big time, like the plot, like the
like,
climax.
you're like,
Touché.
fuck it, I'm not even gonna watch the whole thing.
But the anticipation builds. I feel like more people are anticipating it, so that last episode, because it is like, especially if it's a huge thing, all the spoilers are gonna go crazy right there, because so many people are watching it. Where if you binge it, like a few people watch here, a few people spoil it here, a few, like when you wait, the whole world's watching. So like, definitely stay off social media at that time.
Yeah, like a basketball game at that point.
Exactly. Everybody's live tweeting.
Yeah, I'll be watching like the sports games sometimes, like the national championship, and I'll pause it because I want to go do something. But it was so good, I was like, I know this is live, I shouldn't be pausing this, but like I'm gonna pause it.
And then I can't even look at my phone because I'm gonna get updates. So I just gotta put my phone away and just watch the game like it's really live, but it's not. It was over an hour ago.
I've been there.
It's cool.
Mariah the scientist liked your photo. It's like,
What?
I wish.
What?
She lied to us.
And then I woke up.
Facts. Fuck you. Last thing I want to bring up though. Last thing I was watching this past week. I asked you guys if you knew Gerard Carmichael. He's a comedian, actor, writer. He has had a show in the past. He's done some stand-up with HBO. He's done some interview one-on-one work with Tyler. He's on YouTube. But he's also in some of the interludes in Tyler's, what is that, Igor? He had a special this past week called Nathaniel. And I guess that's his actual first name. But during the stand-up, y'all know I love me some comedy. I love comedians altogether. I love how honest they are. I feel like they have some of the best perspectives on just life and the world. I love how they can control a crowd. I love public speakers in general, and I feel like comedians are some of the best public speakers. But his special was super dope and unique in the fact that as soon as he came in, he was like, I need y'all to be my family. He's like, I need y'all to be like, I need that love. And I kind of knew like I got an update already that he had came out before I seen it. So I kind of knew like what he was leading up to. But basically in this special, he came out as gay and nobody knew. Not he talks about like not his family knowing, his friends, like literally nobody knew except his lover at the time or his lovers. And it's interesting because Gerard, like he's been low key. You guys didn't know who he was, but he's still been able to make a name for himself within the industry. And it's crazy when people come out because as soon as they come out, like you start seeing all the gay mannerisms. I'm like, oh yeah, he's definitely gay. But I'm like, that made me want to go look at his old stuff that I watched to see if I could pick up on it. And I never like really, he wasn't giving as much gay vibes as he was giving off in this. Either way, he was able to host SNL this past week also. So he's been having some pretty good, a pretty good run from his special. But outside of him coming out during the special, it was a good special. Like I said, it was intimate. I said it was unique, and it was unique in the way that like he was talking to the crowd, and the crowd was like talking back to him and asking him questions about just like his journey and a whole bunch of different things. And it was super transparent. I thought it was so dope. And he was just talking about, like I said, it's called Nathaniel. No, that's his first name. And he goes by Gerard Carmichael. And he's like, well, I was named, like my dad put two names together and called me Nathaniel. I don't really like that name, so I go by Gerard. And it kind of like takes you down this path of a whole deepness. He's like, yeah, I was always ashamed of like my name and all this other stuff. I didn't want to come out as a Nathaniel. And he was like, but I got some other secrets too. And that's kind of when he goes into like being in the closet. And then he kind of just talks about like his family, like not really accepting him as much and it being hard, like moving forward with your family, not really understanding like your path, but you still having to like be happy and like move forward without it. It was super transparent. And it was dope to see that somebody like in his position who is 35, got millions, like who is doing well, like still not really have it all figured out. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was super dope. It's called Nathaniel. It's on HBO. It's like an hour long. And it definitely has its funny parts. Like it's not all serious, but like it reminded me of like some Dave Chappelle type rhetoric where he kind of just goes up there and there's comedy within it, but it's really like he's just like talking to you. It's really like I don't want to say a speech, but it's like just really like some rhetoric that they're spilling. It's not like that traditional comedy and like it's like some knock jokes and the traditional setups. I thought it was super dope.
Yeah, that sounds tight.
No, I'm definitely gonna put it on the watch list for sure. But I never heard of him. But that's dope that he's on SNL too. He has to be something big if you get on SNL like that.
Right, that's a big staple. So in the crowd they were
asking him questions and he was just answering them on the spot.
Yeah, because you could kind of see him getting like not choked up, but he was also just like it was in real time. Like he's nobody knows he's gay, so he's like he knows that this special is being taped by HBO, but he's also coming out to his fans too. Like he knows the word's gonna spread, and he's just like taking it all in. But in the meantime, like they're giving him discourse. They're like, "Do you think you can move forward without your mom truly accepting you?" And he's like, he talks about it because we always talk about this, how our parents are a little bit more traditional, like they think a little bit more black and white. And he's like, yeah, like it sucks because they want to love me, they just don't know how. And they're like, he's like, he talks about the differences in his mom and dad, but he's like, yeah, my dad's like, yeah, that's cool, but like keep that shit over there, my nigga. And he's like, yeah, he's like, that's like acceptance, but it's like not really acceptance. And he just talks about like the different layers of his circle and how his family doesn't really like rock with him as much since he's come out to them, and just the whole struggle. And like I said, it's in real time. So like he's still having these battles with his mom and his family because he's just recently come out. And they're like, do you think it'll get better? Like the crowd's asking him just like random questions. And that was like the first time I ever seen a comedian like go back and forth with the crowd. So I thought it was dope. But it was, like I said, he's funny. He's a funny dude. He's a writer. He's accredited in a lot of different shows. He had his own show for a while with NBC called The Carmichael Show. But it was random because he had like a wife and kids and stuff. Like that's why it was interesting. Like nobody knew. I thought when I got the notification, I was like, wait, Gerard Carmichael? Maybe we'll watch one of his opening monologue on the way out.
It's interesting that he like. So he told his family first, right?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. But I could imagine like that's an emotional time, I'm sure, for someone that's going through that.
And he's 35, by the way.
Yeah, and to
35?
Yeah.
And to let the world know like this is who you are, and to finally be free, I'm sure that's a pretty emotional experience.
Exactly. And I just think it's dope because it's like I said, he's 35. It just proves like no matter how old you are, like you can still improve and get better and learn. And
speaking to that, like people live a long time now. You don't have to have everything figured out. And I think he's proof you don't have to have everything figured out at 35.
That's why it was like, that's why it was dope to see, because I'm like a normal, not necessarily a normal person, but like a regular person would cut some of this out, or like they wouldn't be as this open, and you could just see like he's just sitting there like he's just like thinking about everything as like he's talking about it. Like you could tell he's like really living in real time. It was so dope.
But I wonder if it was therapy for him too.
Exactly. You could tell it's really like freeing for him. Like,
yeah.
He's like, even though it hurts for him to realize a lot of these things, it's freeing. Like
he'll probably come to realize he has a lot more supporters than.
It's always to let stuff out rather than let it bottle in.
Even the crowd, I feel like, didn't know how to take it, because that's when he said, he was like, yeah, I'm gay. And it was just quiet. And then you looked up, and then everybody was like, woo! Like they started clapping, but everybody was like, wait, what?
Wait, do we clap for that?
Exactly.
Like, where's the punchline?
Exactly. And like, is he serious? And then everybody was like, we love you. And like, he kind of got some love there. But it wasn't like a stadium. Like, it wasn't like a huge Kevin Hart crowd. So it was still pretty intimate throughout. So I thought it was dope. And it's a quick watch. So even if you're not like the super huge comedy fan or Gerard Carmichael, I think it's a dope watch just to see someone really be their full selves. Like I love
and speak their truth, sort of thing.
I love seeing people at highs, lows, like live your truth, bro. And it's dope to see him actually be comfortable enough in his own skin to be able to do that. I thought it was dope. I don't know what type of segue this is, but fuck it.
You don't need a segue.
Should we get into some music?
Definitely.
It wasn't a super big day for drops, but we did get a super random mixtape, I guess you could call it, D-Day, a Gangsta Grillz mixtape by Dreamville and J. Cole. And honestly, that's like the only thing I have dropping this weekend. We can get into that later. But did you guys have a chance to listen to the Gangsta Grizzlies mixtape?
Yeah.
Let's not forget Dreamville also had their Dreamville Festival out in North Carolina. So it was like perfect timing.
Probably why they did it.
Yeah, perfect timing. A lot of times shit doesn't line up though, so it was dope to see them like have their business and shit together.
This is what I would say. When you go and viewing it as a mixtape, because it's random songs, it's very good. All the songs are good in my opinion. If you're looking at an overall thought out album, that's not what it's gonna be.
Like a cohesive body of work.
Nah, this was them coming together, kind of like what they've done in the past. You know what I mean?
Like Gerald says, throwaways.
Yeah.
Lucy's. There's a whole bunch of Lucy's that's not gonna make their album that they're like, you know what, this is a co-song. Let's put this together.
And bro, artists, they probably have so much songs. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So why not give your fans some content?
Remember, I sent y'all that video of Jid and
Kenny Mason.
Yeah, they were working on that song. When was that? 2 years?
2 years ago.
2 years ago. They've been sitting on this song for 2 years.
So like it's good to just probably get it out. And after you sent me that, I was like, they probably had it, put Sheck West on it, and then J. Cole heard it, was like,
Let me hop on.
I got to get on this. And then after they made it, that's when they was like, yeah, let's go ahead and put this number one. I think that's probably the standout track is The Stick with JID and J. Cole. Followed number 2, they got The Ghetto Gods, Earth Gang, 2 Chainz, Boss spitting legendary bars with ASAP Ferg. I really like the Starting 5 track with Luke, Cause, and Omen. I feel like Omen never drops the ball on these types of projects.
I would, bro.
Even Cause and Luke be like, these boys be rapping, bro.
The first like 7 to 8 songs are unskippable.
I've seen a lot of people rocking with the Freedom of Speech, J. Cole. The Blackberry Sap is Cole with Ari. I haven't lived with it too much. Like I only listened when I was like working out or a couple things a few times. So I haven't let it grow on me too much, but like I think it's a pretty dope mixtape, like you say, especially to come out of nowhere.
For sure. And well, I mean, if you're a fan of Dreamville, which I think we all here are,
it's quality.
It's good
always
music.
Quality music.
Like the songs don't flow together, but every song is a good song. But to be honest with you, besides this, I've still been stuck on Buddy, man.
Buddy, I've been the Lucky Day. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been stuck on the Lucky. What are our favorite tracks on the Dreamville album?
Coming Down by Ari Lennox.
Yeah, I like the way
even though it's somebody else's song, but
I like the way she flipped that.
That shit was.
For me,
I think
voice, bro. I think it's Lifestyle for me. The
Boss,
third,
Boss killed that. Yeah. Boss be rapping.
My real one is number 1, but
I was like, besides number 1,
we already said that.
Yeah, that's like
because they came into it, I was like, this shit fire, bro.
Fire.
I even like the jazzy flows with Boss and Earth Gang. I feel like they give us great.
Yo, I'm not even gonna lie. I like Barry from Simpsons.
That's what I was gonna say next, and then the one with Jid and Young Nudie talking on the background.
Both the 2 Chainz songs are dope.
Yeah, Atlanta Connection. I heard this Cause though. I heard that 14. I got to listen to a little bit more, but I heard Cause was like spitting on there, and it's like a Biggie flip. I haven't had too much time to live with it, but I heard he was on there with the metaphors and similes. So, and you know how we rock with Cause, so I definitely got to give that some burn. He was like the only set I seen at the Dreamville Festival because I sent it to y'all kind of early, and when I sent it to y'all was when I was still at the house. And Cause was one of the people on. He killed it. Right after that was Larry June. He killed it. It looked like that.
Larry Jones there. That's tough.
That festival looked dope. I sent you the set times. You didn't check into the.
I was working.
Yeah, man. I wish I could have watched it too. I know it was dope.
Wait, it was on a Sunday. I'm tripping.
Exactly.
I was still working though.
That's always your excuse.
I'm always doing something.
You was watching the Grammys now.
While I was working.
Anything else to say about the Dreamville album?
I want a Jid album next. That's what I gotta say.
Out of all the members, that's what you're anticipating. Jid.
Jid just makes you feel different, bro.
Well, I mean,
Jid is.
He makes you feel different.
Undefeated.
And Boss, bro. I'll take a Boss album too. Either one of them.
I seen some clips from his show, but I didn't get to see the whole thing.
Boss a good performer, man.
Yeah, he is.
Jid is definitely locked in.
He's next up on Dreamville.
Yeah, what were you about to say though? I think you're about to say who you want to hear an album from next, or
Nah, I was gonna say Jid.
Nah, there's a few people. I'll throw some more out for him. Let's get a Smino album, of course.
Well, Dreamville though.
Okay.
Because he said that's
you
said that's who you want to hear next
Dreamville.
on Dreamville.
Yeah, Dreamville.
It sounded like he was like skeptical or something. Like he was about to say somebody.
Oh, while we're listing them, I'm gonna throw Kung Fu Kenny out there too. Come on, bro.
Please, bro. Shoot. Speaking of Dreamville, their TDE affiliates, our boy Schoolboy hitting at some new music. We listened to his album. His song before. How do y'all feel about his song?
Sound like Schoolboy.
The Soccer Dad.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest. First listen, it wasn't anything like crazy to me, but it sounded like Schoolboy for sure.
Yeah, it didn't give me no soccer dad vibes.
What? You gonna pull up? Watch, one of you guys gonna have a kid. You gonna pull up playing Soccer Dad by Schoolboy.
Yeah, maybe we got to be like a soccer dad to actually feel the vibes. I just have some kids. I'm like, okay, I see. I'm like taking my kids to like piano practice and stuff. I'll tell you what, I'm definitely not watching that movie.
It's good to see Schoolboy out there though, outside.
Exactly. It's good to see somebody dropping from that camp.
Right. Go ahead and get them all out the way so Kendrick could drop.
Shit, where's Absol?
Nah, all these fools have dropped. What are you talking about? Everyone's besides Absol.
Everyone's on their second album now.
Yeah, besides Absol though. That would be the one if he dropped. I'd be like, okay. I think he dropped before Kendrick.
Know about my body, call my second win. Quit acting like me and my crew of niggas ain't bring the rappers in. Quit acting like the shit you said wouldn't work, like we ain't make it win. Quit acting like you know me, little nigga. We was never friends. My knuckle game, my flip flop too crazy. I am really him.
It's a vibe.
No, yeah, for sure. I mean, I only heard it once, so I gotta let it play a few
It's
times.
like my second time hearing it, honestly. But honestly, I heard it after that Pusha T song, and I was like, I'm not trying to hear this.
I think that's what happened too. No, you played this one first.
I think I did play this
so
one
maybe
first.
it doesn't matter, bro. It's just that Pusha T song is fire.
Yeah.
So.
It's crazy because they both dropped on the same day, or like on Tuesday night. I'm like, why is people dropping on Tuesday nights?
Random.
Yeah, I wasn't mad at it though.
Because they could do what they want.
Pusha T did that last time with Diet Coke too.
It was on Tuesday night.
It was like a Wednesday night
in the middle of the week type
Yeah.
deal.
His
I was like,
singles have been crazy.
Does he really have a new song out? Remember I told you how I did. I was like, Siri, play Diet Coke. I was like, oh shit, there's really a song.
It was Wednesday night. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
That was crazy. We thought he was dropping a few weeks ago, but whenever he dropped, I just hope it drops before the summer. I need this for the summer, bro. Please.
Usually drops.
Please. In the summer, like May. Last time we dropped was in May when they were doing that like seven track,
right.
7
I was trying
series.
to remember when that was.
Yeah, and it was
it was like right before June.
Nas and
I was
everybody.
gonna say, I feel like it's gonna be late May, early June.
That's
Somewhere around
perfect.
that time.
I think he finally dropped the name of his album.
Pusha T is definitely a summer rapper, meaning he drops his albums in the summer, cause that's his vibes, bro. Cocaine music
On
summer.
the block.
But for real, you think they gonna be playing it at clubs and bars?
No, I didn't say that.
Oh,
He's a car artist.
Because I guess maybe when I think of summers, I'm like, that's what I'm thinking. People are outside. That's what everyone's listening to.
Well, they also outside driving with their tops down, you know,
Exactly.
showing off their
I
cars.
like I just feel like outside. Like he make me want to go get some money.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily like he's not a club artist or even a radio artist for that matter. That's what Coi Leray was talking about. And Envy was like, I mean, we'll probably play this song on the radio. Like a few of them play on the radio, but he's not really like a radio artist either. So like, it's dope to see Pusha T like 20 years in still going hard. His new album
definitely.
title is called "It's Almost Dry."
Mm.
Ugh. Ugh. This nigga's
This Pusha.
bars are ridiculous.
I'm your Pusha.
He hasn't dropped a release date yet, but I'm super excited. For those that don't know, been under a rock, he just dropped a new song with Jehovah called Neck and Wrist featuring Pharrell also. It sounds like Pharrell on the beat. Super fire. I don't know what loadout this fool Pusha T's been on, but he's been crazy, man. I'm like I said, he's my number one anticipated album right now.
500 in the safe.
That's what I'm looking forward to.
Him and Future.
Dang. Should we break down a little bit of this Jay-Z verse real quick?
Nah, yeah.
I know you want to.
Tell the people.
Quick
Tell them why Jay-Z's the GOAT.
Prove to him.
The phase I'm on, love, I wouldn't believe it either. I be like Jay-Z's a cheater. I wouldn't listen to reason either. All I know is E's a fella.
Emery, his homie, got locked up for like 12 years. Didn't snitch, came back out, still winning.
Money.
All I know is E's a felon.
How is he selling weed? The Khalifa brothers, deep down I believe you love us.
He has a business with the Khalifa brothers selling weed. Like, this is facts only. This nigga doesn't speak. No lies.
Feast your eyes. The piece unique is sapphire. Rappers liars, I don't do satire.
I don't do satire. I don't know if y'all know what satire is, but I don't do satire. My shit real, Faison.
I don't do satire. Neither I nor my wrist move mockingly. Y'all spend real money on fake watches, shockingly. They put me on lists with these niggas inexplicably. I put your mansion on my wall. Are you shitting me?
You niggas got little houses.
Y'all talking Twitter feed. We got different sob stories. Save your soliloquy. We got different sob stories.
Sob stories like the car.
But he said, I blew bird money. Is that Birdman? He's making it more clear.
Nah.
Because last time he said y'all got baby money.
Nah, bird money. Flipping birds. Bird is coke basically. I got coke money. I blew coke money.
Y'all talking Twitter feed. We got different sob stories. Save your soliloquies.
Sob stories. You know what a sob story is? When people want you to feel petty for them.
I get what you're saying. I was thinking the car.
But it's also a car. It's just a double entendre, yeah. But like just
my mom had a sob.
Exactly. It's never, what do you say? It's never a coincidence.
That's what I'm saying. Bird money.
It's never a coincidence.
Not a coincidence, bro. You talking about Birdman?
Like if Big was alive, Ho wouldn't be in this position. If Big had survived, y'all would have got the commission. Ho was gonna always be Ho. It was the universe will, cause Allah said so. And now I'm here with $1 million.
Can't wait to break my neck bumping that song all day. But yeah, Pusha T, Jay-Z dropped a new song, got the streets on fire. Still hasn't dropped an album, but I'm sure the album date's coming soon, especially when you drop some heat like this. A lot of people have been talking about him taking shots at Faison Love. Faison Love is a comedian who kind of was like pulling Jay-Z's card, saying he was a fake drug dealer, and Jay-Z don't forget about nothing. So y'all probably see that kind of going crazy in the media here soon. But I love how Jay-Z can just dip in, get his feet wet, and then just dip out and go do his family stuff. Jay-Z, he's our GOAT, bro. There's no denying. 25 years in the game, still rapping like this.
He definitely got his foot on necks.
He's been, bro. He's got his foot on the world right now.
I wouldn't believe it either. Any other music y'all got?
Nah, I don't have no more music this week.
I just been bumping NBA Youngboy. Cause this fool been spazzing, bro. He's going ham. Hello, Dirk. Gucci Mane. Have y'all been following that little rap battle beef?
Yeah, it was like 2 months ago, but I seen he dropped that diss track.
The last diss track I saw was the Gucci Mane one.
Yeah, it's a little interesting. Yeah, that's what I've been bumping.
Are the diss tracks?
Pretty much.
I'm
just
like
trying to following the history.
Mm-hmm. But bumping Young Boy, taking YoungBoy's side.
Yeah, after listening to all the diss tracks, YoungBoy is hot, bro. And he didn't really even do nothing to anybody. But he's like, fuck it, y'all gonna call my name? Fuck it, I'll jump in it. I feel like he trashed them all.
What did they do to him?
Well, it all started with King Von. Because obviously, Quando Rondo, who signed to NBA YoungBoy, his homie Tim is the one that shot King Von, protecting Quando, who was under YoungBoy. So YoungBoy naturally just got drug into it by Lil Durk putting out a song dissing basically that whole camp over there. So YoungBoy jumped in it. And then he made that song about Gucci Mane. Like, I feel like Gucci Mane in 2006. And then, I don't know how, like, their beef started, but then he said something about Gucci Mane, and Gucci Mane responded like, oh, I thought you felt like Gucci Mane in 2006, blah, blah, blah. So now he's dissing Gucci Mane. He's like, I used to fuck with Gucci Mane until I found out that he fucked with those blah, blah, blah niggas.
Yeah, that's why Gucci Mane dissed him, though. Yeah, NBA is interesting. I feel like they didn't really do nothing to him. He was just mad that they didn't really fuck with him. But King Von, his girl, what's her name?
Asian doll?
Yeah, she used to mess with NBA YoungBoy, too, so they do have history. And then Quando Rondo kind of got brought into it. And then Von was like, who the fuck is this little nigga? And he didn't fuck with Quando. So then that's why he wanted to beat this fool up. So it was always kind of like NBA. And like you said, he's under NBA. So he's always been in it. But yeah, I seen that trending like 2 months ago. So that's when they was taking all them pictures and stuff. He dropped that album. Coi Leroy is about to drop an album this week, though. You excited about that?
Should be cool. I'm not excited for it, though.
That thing is going to be 20 tracks. She said it's her first album, too. So it's like her debut. Mm-hmm. I know she's excited about it. Should be a big move for her one way or another.
I just can't get over that. She's Benzino's daughter.
What else y'all got before we get out of here? Y'all looking at me like deer in headlights.
Nah, what I got is I just want to throw out that Jokic about to win his back-to-back MVP.
It's crazy.
And I'm going to stand by it. And that's all I got.
It's kind of like his to lose. Anything else? You got the Nuggets hat on? He a Nuggets fan?
Yeah,
today?
he's repping. Tell him. So I can't play.
This fool's coddling the microphone like
he's making love to it or something. Like, relax, bro.
This is not gonna run away.
I feel like I'm Gucci Mane in 2006.
All right, well, that's been another episode of Everything Under the Sky. Thank you for watching. We'll be back same time next week, same place, and like that,
we gone.
Damn, nigga, damn. Get up off my dick. Damn, nigga, damn. Get up off my dick.
Get up off my dick.
Get up off my dick. Damn, nigga, damn. Get up off my nuts. Damn, nigga, damn. Get up off my dick.
I was like, damn, all the white kids is, damn, nigga, damn.
The ballet.
They're bumping that.
Groovy ass, no face killer that let us smile.
Schoolboy
They wonder
Q,
how
man.
my business is still
nigga,
around. I
damn.
got a half a ticket parked out cricket. They wonder